Okay.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, Gareth, the Australian Grand Prix sleep is catching up to me. There we go. We're back online, I think.
Are we
I'm
back
seeing
online?
is
Yeah.
amusing.
Yeah, so we can't actually see, but you guys can. This is a unique
Yeah.
situation. So, yeah, we had a little bit of an issue there with our OBS package just locking up, and we are
Locking
should
up.
be back online. Everyone should be able to see us. I don't know if you can actually see our cameras, but I am waving at you dramatically while we try and just configure a few things in the background. But I can say that Blembar has only a sixth tenth lead
Wow.
through the final two sectors. Item using the man on our screens now.
Look at
He
him.
was fastest of all on that stage, and he was fastest by 3 seconds. That means that his overall, deficit is only 6 tenths to Blembar. He's second overall at the moment. He said he was very close to the limit when we spoke to him earlier on. Is he gonna be very close to the limit over these final 2 stages? He has to be, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, surely he's got to. He's got two of the shortest stages left. 2 minutes 41 and 2-minute 37 world record. There's a service on the final stage, so potentially it will have more room to push in this next penultimate one as he's getting ready to do his run around Marula. Obviously, other drivers here have already started. Punju actually paused, but it is amusing getting ready to go now. And then
Yep, so it's amusing. He'll be cracking off. Everyone else seems to be on stage. Punju has paused for some reason. We're not quite sure why he's paused. Has he got terminal damage? We're not quite sure. We did miss a little bit there, but it's going to be all the lights on in the gantry, and Is Amusing is released onto the penultimate stage, and he is looking for every scrap of time because it's going to be a really tight fight between him and Blembar. Is Amusing, of course, the man who came fourth or third, however you count it, in the Knockout Invitational Trophy, the only WRC esports event that's actually been held so far. And of course, there is a WRC esports event that's happened in this game, I should say. Of course, there's been plenty on other games in the past, but there is, of course, Flembar as well, who won overall in Rally Finland and has looked sat pretty at the top all of the week since he put his time in early on. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. So it's going to be snatched at the doors here if Izamusen can pull something out of the bag over these final two stages.
first sector split 44-8, and he's already doing a cracking job flying through. Just look at the speed at which the sector bar on the left hand side is climbing towards the finish line. Oh, but a big hit of the rocks on the left hand side. That'll do him no good when every 10th is counting in these last two stages. But he'll just have to forget it, try and refocus immediately, and get through these corners without any more scratches.
Yeah, of course. A few contacts with the rocks in the wrong place can easily give you a puncture. And yeah, they're not the longest stages, of course. Stage 11 being only 5.5 kilometers worth of running. It's actually a reverse of Super Stage Toy, more north. So we do have a very fast and flowing final part of it. And yeah, he has to keep it well within the lines there. Maybe a little bit more over rotation than he expected through this hairpin now and heading forward towards what will be an absolutely flying end of this stage here as he gets through these rocky parts. This is, of course, on the return leg where Dirk Chocolate went flying off, giving himself big damage, and it can catch quite a number of people out, but safely through there. And remember, he is chasing a time here on
My
stage
word.
11. World record pace is 2 minutes 41. We're not expecting that. Blembar did set Los Alois, sorry, set the fastest time here, 2 minutes 55. If he can beat a 2 minute 55, we know he's on for a good one. Actually, Blembar 5 seconds away from that pace, so anywhere between under 3 minutes is going to be very good for him. He's got a sector left here, Alfie, and we are watching something very sensational.
Yeah, 100%. Ideally, he gets a 2-minute 41 here, but here he comes speeding down towards the start finish line. He'll have to face a few more corners before he gets there first, a few more kinks in the road, but he's got to use all of the track, maximum width, maximum advantage by maximizing all the potential of the racetrack here, the race path, I should say, in these dusty conditions in Kenya. Here he comes towards the line. Will it be enough to help secure his final stage? It's a 2-minute 53. We
It's
await to
quickest.
see the leaderboard as he stops by the marshals.
It's quickest of all. He has took the overall lead going in to the final rally stage here. out of stage 11, is no longer leading. He's actually got a significant lead because, of course, Lembar was leading, but 2.5 seconds is the gap between Eyes Amusing and Los Alolas on the stage, but he's leading by 7 seconds. 7 seconds coming out of there. That is sensational.
Surely that's got to be it. Unless he makes a huge blunder in this last one, surely that's him locked in at the top.
We do have a service now, and I'm wondering on the times we have 2 minutes 49. So it's not a long service; it's quite a short service, but we do have a little bit of time where we can maybe pull Eyes and Music in. If we see him on deafen, we will pull him in. If we don't, we won't pull him in. We won't force him into an interview. He's got to be fully in the zone before that final stage. Someone we haven't spoken to much. Have we spoken to Patterson at all on this broadcast yet? I'm not. I don't think we have. So we're going to pull in Patterson and ask him how the man from Yorkshire's doing. Patterson, how are you finding Safari Rally Kenya? How's your Audi Sport Quattro holding up?
The Quattro is not holding up very well, but how am I finding Kenya? The scenery is really nice. I'm in the trees quite often, as you've probably seen. So yeah, that's exactly how Kenya's going. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean that. You said the Audi isn't looking great in the services. Have you been in, are you looking to repair a lot of damage on this final stage? You do have a short service.
Oh, do we have a service? Oh, I didn't know we had one.
On the final, we can go through it together and see how bad your car is. How many things aren't going to have damage next to them?
Well, I've definitely got a puncture, which is
that gets fixed. That's sorted. Don't worry about that.
Do you think?
That's done. So repairs. Oh, it's not everything.
No. We do have an okay engine, which is good.
Yes. You make it to the end though. You haven't got much longer to go. You think you'll be able to make it through this final stage?
Yeah, I think I'll do pretty well in this final stage. I really do. I think we'll be good.
That's fantastic to hear from you, and I'm sure we'll be able to catch up with you at the end, Patterson. Very, very soon. We will have Punju and Dirk hitting the roads very, very soon here. Eyes and Musing has come off mute, so I think we're going to be able to pull in the person who's very much preparing for a fight here. Eyes and Musing, you now lead overall with only one stage to go.
It's amazing.
Did you expect to be here at the start of the day?
With the slicks and the, well, half a remaining car after the second loop, no, I would not have expected it. In fact, if you said at the time that I would finish the rally, I would have shook your arm off, basically. So it's a bit of a comeback, really. I didn't expect this, and I've just found a groove and just sticking with it, just driving at my own pace. There have been many close calls in trying to claw back some time, but somehow I've got away with it, especially on the last two stages. I must have been millimeters away from the rocks at multiple times, just bracing myself for impact on the steering wheel, and an impact that never happened for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm not used to this. Normally I'm crashing and doing 10 billion barrel rolls, and that's the end of it. But somehow I'm mildly competent today. Weird feeling.
I think you're more than just mildly competent. Pete, a lot of adulation and applause for your driving in the chat. Also, at the end of that last stage, driving blind for a few meters as well.
Yeah, I was just commenting that I thought, well, I've got to I'm on the wrong line here. I need to kind of straight line it because otherwise I'm going to go off into the trees or get a corner cutting penalty. So I was like, well, if I just straight line it, I'll clip the board, but it'll move out of the way. And then it went onto my windscreen. And I was like, I can't see the finish. And if I crash into the finish, I won't get a stage time. Like I'll have to reverse and all that. So I was jammed on the brakes, literally jammed on the brakes. And I was like, okay, just drive slowly, look for the top of the finish board. And as soon as you see it, just gun it over the finish. And it works. But my God, that was a tricky end to the stage. Also, just before that, a few corners, I had an almighty snap of oversteer that nearly ended up with me inspecting the textures of the tree in the game. I tell you what, they've got good textures for trees. I can tell you that with first-person knowledge.
I mean, 2 minutes 55. That's what you're aiming for, and you get the overall stage win. Are you just going to be taking it a little bit conservatively, or just trying to remain in that groove, in that ribbit, to get to the end here?
Nope. If in doubt, go flat out. Got to do it.
Perfect, mate. That's what's separating you from the rest at the moment. It's 7 seconds to clear. Good luck, man.
I drove cautious and I crashed, so I'm not driving cautious anymore.
There you go. There you have it.
Very, very interesting to hear your mindset. Have fun on that final stage. Great, fantastic. There we
The
are. Punju's
confidence
out
is
on the
just there
road.
with him. It's
He's on the
amazing.
final stage. His mindset is incredible, isn't it? That's the difference, isn't it? Like I'd be full of nerves, but he's just there. Let's have some fun. Throw it at it.
Yep.
You know, if he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But he will want that win.
Yeah. And as long as he continues doing exactly what he's doing, I'd say he's got it in the bag. It's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Punju out there on the final stage. What can we say about the final stage? It's our of course our power stage. 5 points for the first person, the creator who comes first. Let's guess who that's going to be. But really, it's that second place that's going to be important. Punju's won both power stages so far. He'll certainly be hoping for a second place. 4.9 kilometers. I think it's indeed our shortest stage on Safari Rally Kenya. Thank you everyone who's been watching along so far. And drop us a follow on our socials just above the screens you can see there, and also on Twitch if you haven't done already. We're going to be here every Monday to the end of April, and next week we're at Monaco with the F2 kit cars, so that will be very, very interesting. I'm sure we'll have a few cars go flying off the cliffs and have their day ended, but into a sharp left-hander Punju goes, and he's looking quite consistent on this final stage.
Yep. So this final stage, once again, made up of a lot of just sharp 90-degree turns as he goes through a right-hander there. And the sun beginning to set appropriately for the end of day 2 here. 2-minute 28.5 split as he takes another nice little downhill route here. And yeah, I think Punju, it's been all right. It's not been his best performance by far, that's for sure. But, you know, considering he said at the beginning, when we interviewed him, you know, I don't really enjoy Kenya. I don't really get along with it. I'm not going to be the fastest here. I'd say he's done pretty well for, you know.
He's solidly second, isn't he? In the
Exactly
creator
that. Yeah.
standings. Yeah, a solid number 2, as producer Rob has just told me in my ear. Lovely, lovely thoughts for all of us to have at the end of this very grueling stage.
Oh, Patterson's huge shot into the verge there.
What happened there?
He just came in hot into a 90-degree corner and the banking saved him from
Dirk Chocolate's had
flying.
another puncture, by the way, in the bottom right-hand corner. I think that may be his third or fourth today.
How is this man only getting punches? I don't understand it. Is Punju reset there, or is he finished?
He's keeping the tyre manufacturers in business, one rally at a time.
One stage at a
lost.
time, mate.
He's gone the wrong way. There we are, having to find reverse gear, which is not ideal. Yeah, so Dirk coming towards actually quite similar places on track, but about a minute behind us, Dirk. He's really, really struggling out there.
Yeah, and I think his amusing must be getting ready to start sooner or later, no? So
Yeah,
maybe
I think
good
he's
to
going
keep
to
an eye
go
on
when
him.
the others are finished. So we're going to be able to divide
Ooh.
our unbridled attention to Isa Musing's
Awesome.
you know, attempt at the top of the WRC club here. Just for some figures in the background, there have been 122 people, not counting the creators, out on the stage at the moment who have been able to get to the end. There's 723 people in chat. If you want to get involved and you're not involved already, !WRC in chat. In fact, I've just done it for you. Go click on the link tree, get in the RaceNet, get in the Discord. We will play out your clips if you give them to us. You know, this is a big community project that's going on around WRC, driven by people such as Punju and Dirk Chocolate behind the scenes. We have a fantastic team at the Creator Series. We have producer Rob behind the scenes as ever, working away and bringing us all the coverage. We also have Carbon Shadow as well, setting out the plans and keeping everything ticking like a well-honed clock as Dirk Chocolate comes over the flying finish, and his day has not been like a well-honed clock as a whole, has it? It's been very sloppy.
I don't know how he's gone through the amount of tyres he has, but hey.
His ass off today.
He was going fast, yeah. It was a minute.
One
A minute
car left, I
behind.
think, on a run. We got B-Roy waiting to finish his run. And then it all comes down to what is amusing can manage at the end here.
Yep. So B-Roy's got to the end. He's made it to the end. He's happy with that. There we are. Big laugh as he looks at his time. It's not ideal. Dirk Chocolate also looking relieved, but this is it. All eyes, all attention on Isa Musing. He's looking for a 2-minute 53, maybe a 55 actually, because he's got 7-second lead over Vlembar. If you can
All
do a
he needs to
2-minute
do.
55. Los Leles is a little bit further back from him as well, so I think it is about a 255. Maybe it's a 253. We'll go with 253, just to be so confirmed. But
Yeah.
yes, this is
I mean,
important. If he doesn't get it, then it won't be the end of the day. Like he's driven fantastically, but it's going to be a mistake as he has a 7 seconds lead through this final stage.
yeah, I mean, he's been about average 15 seconds off of the shorter kind of 2 minute runs off the world record pace. So with world record 2 minute 37, he could get a 2 minute 52. That's all he needs. Apparently, that's all he needs to win this.
This is
And it's a 41.2 at the first split, going down and over the crest.
so here we are going through. He's had a couple of moments already, a couple of reactions from him as he took corners too harshly, hit the ground too hard. But he said in the commentary box, we had him in the interview, he's going to take it cautiously. Nope, I crashed when I took it cautiously. It's going to be flat out. It's going to be pushing really hard. So if he makes it to the end of this stage in one piece, he's got this because he really does have the bit between his teeth, just carving it through this uphill section with these very tight corners with a lot of speed, carrying the speed through. It's so important in rally. And he's doing it with some finesse. He's
So he's 3
up.
seconds up on the fastest car at the moment, heading into the sharp right-hander. He's done middle split and he's going down the hill now. All he has to do is take it home, keep the time that he's already found, and he is surely on his way to victory here with such an incredible showing. He needs a 2-minute 8 or better at this next split. He comes round that 90-degree left bend. So many of those on this track, and so important to nail the apexes and carry the momentum through, really abuse the track limits. Coming up to the split, it's going to be much better than a 2-minute 8 to 2-minute 5. Surely now is amusing, has this wrapped in the bag. He's going to come down a hill to the next sharp right. Manages to make the corner nicely again, using all of the track on the exit. Coming to that board now and then, 90-degree left, 200 meters until you get there. Boom, he's there straight away. Now through the exit, down the hill again, and we get ever closer and closer to the checkered flag. Through the next left 90-degree, leaving no time on the table at the moment. And the final push for Is Amusing. He's put on an absolute show for us all tonight, and he crosses the line. A 2-minute 44. Surely that is it.
That is it.
For
5
Is Amusing.
seconds quicker on that stage than anyone else. He's took the overall win by an incredible 12 or 13 seconds. You can see the reaction there. He's absolutely delighted. He said that he'd be happy to just make it to the end, but he's made it to the end with a win in the final stage, some world record times on the earlier stages, and the overall win in the WRC EA Creator Series Club. That is fantastic work from John. You can see how pleased he is with that.
Calm, cool, and collected. The 3 C's to describe him tonight. Brilliant.
Absolutely. We'll surely be able to get him in for a competition soon. But his split times, he was up on every single split.
That was magical.
The person who was in second place, Vlembar, has led for most of the week. He no longer leads. It's Eyes Amusing at the top of the boards. And he's just found his groove, hit that groove so perfectly. And it's fantastic to see. Before we go over to Eyes Amusing, while he celebrates, we will be able to grab in some of our creators who probably helped watch that at the end too. Let's pull in Meraki, someone we haven't spoken to. Meraki, we haven't been able to speak to you yet so far today, but I think you finished third overall in the
I'll take
creators
it.
side. How did that go for you?
Yeah.
That
It
was-
was just pain. Like a stage like Kenya on a Formula wheel, even on 50% force feedback. The worst gaming experience I think I've ever had in my entire life.
That's why you need to go to G29, Meraki. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I
I've
might
got
as
to mention
well.
it at least once every broadcast. 36th overall in the club, though. That Lancia Delta S4, did it need lots of mending out there on the stages?
I had to replace my gearbox twice. Yeah, gearbox. Honestly, there wasn't actually that much damage. I had a puncture on the second last stage, but I think I had a spare wheel anyway, so I kind of got away with it. But Honestly, it did quite well. It did quite well. I didn't lose like any major bodywork parts at all. I had like one big hit, I think on like stage 6 or 7, but aside from that, it was actually doing pretty good. So it survived.
Nothing as bad as only Vic, eh?
Oh yeah, it's. I feel so bad because
Somehow, the only retirement though. So fair
Yeah.
play to everyone who survived.
Yeah,
Just
I
survived.
remember back when I did like a Williams thing on WRC, and I spectated one of the people taking part with Blondie, and they instantly crashed. Then I spectated Vic today. She instantly crashed in DNF.
So don't watch people, Maki. That's it.
No,
You're
that's
the
what I've got
curse.
to do. I have to watch them so I win.
Watch. You should be watching Eyes Amusing and Punju because they finished ahead of you. But
Yeah,
did you
but
watch any of
he's-
Eyes Amusing's final run there?
I haven't, but I just know he beat me by like a minute and a half each, like every single stage. So it's just like, even if
Yeah.
I watched him, he'd probably go faster.
He was absolutely on it. But yeah, thank you very much for being part of it. Have you enjoyed Rally Kenya?
Uh, to be determined.
we'll see. We'll see.
I'll see how my arms feel in the morning, and then I'll make that judgment.
Well, I appreciate you being here, of course, Marakin. Great
No
to see you
worries.
out here in the
Appreciate it.
Creator Series once again. But we are going to be able to head over to Eyes Amusing, who has just cooked up a storm in
Round of
the
applause.
EA Creator Series WRC Club. You are the overall leader with what, about 7 hours, 8 hours left to go. Truthfully, I don't think anyone is going to come out and beat that one.
Oh, someone's going to come and take it away from me. Don't you worry. I have way too many good drivers that will probably be watching this and thinking, now's my chance.
I mean, that final stage, I spoke about conservatism. You said, I'm going to go out flat out. And you set the absolute fastest time on that final stage. You'll be picking up 25 points for the Creative Series standings, 5 points for the Power Stage, and you currently lead the club. Of course, you finished third in the club last week as well. So, I mean, you could be in contention to kind of knock Punju off his spot on the creator side as well.
Oh, hang on. Don't give me extra incentives. I'm lost for words. I can't even speak a full sentence. Like the adrenaline, I can't describe the feeling that it is. I could compare it to an esports final, to be honest. Just the amount of stress, the anticipation, and especially on the last stage where you had to not put a single foot wrong. And yeah, just an incredible event, and I'm just so grateful to be part of it. To be honest, it's just been so enjoyable from start to finish, even with the ups and downs, the rolls and other stuff that happened, other shenanigans. It's just been a roller coaster of emotions and one of the most fun events I've ever done. To be honest.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. It's great to have you. I mean, on that final stage, just quickly, during that first sector, you hit a bump really hard, and we saw your reaction. We were watching along, and it was a bit concerning. At that point in your mind, what did you do to kind of resettle yourself? Because sometimes when you make those mistakes, it's so easy to go and make another one. What do you say to yourself when you make those little adjustments? Do you just kind of crack on? Do you try to put it behind you?
Well, from experience, the more you think about something going wrong, the more it has a chance of happening. And I explicitly said right before I started the stage, there's a certain bump in the stage which I know has a small chance of just making a car go to the left or the right, but it's really bad because there's rocks on either side. And I just said, well, I've just got to go flat out over it and see what happens. And luckily, I mean, it did kick me a little bit sideways, but I managed to recover. And I think just when you try and double think things and sort of second guess yourself, sometimes you can stop thinking about the next corner, and all of a sudden your vision is looking at the obstacles. And the more you look at the obstacles and rocks and all of that, the more you actually steer towards them subconsciously. So I just kept my eyes looking as far forwards as possible, and just prayed that the wheels stayed in the correct direction, basically.
Eyes to the horizon, full pedal. And yeah, fantastic. Alfie, do you have anything for Eyes Amusing?
My heart rate is still at 120 beats per minute.
It's genuinely impressive, mate. Just incredible. Like, I've never seen someone just whip through the corners that fast on WRC. I mean, obviously, I'm no expert in rallying, but the way you make things look so easy makes me think I could just hop on the game and do it, But it's incredible. I mean, the way you describe the whole driving process is so in depth and you really understand and you're connected with the car. You know what you're doing, and just the knowledge is really impressive. It's amazing.
I'll have to disagree with you on the part where you said I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I was doing. But I just want to say also a massive congratulations to Vlembar and Loles, because they drove an insane pace. And unfortunately for Loles, tire strategy led him down a bit, like my tire strategy gave me a little bit of problems, just him at the end. And for Vlembar, a couple of mistakes, but they drove an absolutely awesome pace, and they should be credited for that as well, to be honest.
100% lovely, lovely and humble. Actually, Ambient Mike in chat saying how humble you are. It's fantastic to have you part of the Creator Series broadcast. We hope to see you again, and I'm sure we will. Fantastic work out there today, and over the next 8 hours, maybe just DDoS the race not server so no one can put a time up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put out some bribes to people, I think. There's 2 or 3 drivers I know will try, and I'll just have to say to them, yeah, how about a little bit of, £5 maybe?
You've laid down a gauntlet. I think you may have to pay more than £5 to bribe people off of it. But yeah, fantastic having you, and we will see you again, I'm sure. So that's great. That's fantastic to hear from our creative standings. We're the overall leader with a few hours left on this one. Of course, if you want to take part, if you want to try and beat him, it's going to be a tall order. But !WRC in chat. We do have a few more people to talk to. I tell you what, Dirk Chocolate's just raided us. So I tell you what, why don't we pull Dirk Chocolate in for a quick chat, so everyone who's raided him can see our glorious leader, Dirk. Not great out there. He's going back to his seat. That is so smooth. Are you munching on it? Is it comfort eating?
Yeah.
Brain food.
Yeah.
It's been a long few hours.
What I should have done is just got a gin and tonic, and that's what I should have done. Just had that on stream. I think I can get away with that. I'm so depressed, man.
Really?
You beat most of us, Gareth.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
most. You beat Yorit. You beat Vic.
Oh, well, I beat Yorik because he didn't start.
Yeah. You beat myself. You beat Patterson. You beat B-Roy.
I beat Dirk. Oh, there we are. You'll never hear the end of that. You did puncture about
stage.
You punctured like 4 times. I feel 4 or 5 times.
The longest stage of the day, I got a double puncture right at the start, and I was like, "This is depressing." And it took me 20 minutes.
I could have sworn I didn't see any drivers get any punches apart from you.
Except
I
me.
swear I didn't see. I saw almost nobody else get a puncher. She had more than a puncher, mate. Oh, alloy was broken.
Yeah, that was not looking good.
Carbon, the absolute menace, goes, "I'll set a time tomorrow." Who's going to tell him?
Carbon's actually in chat. Do you want to respond to that one?
I can see him. It ends. It ends in an hour and 41 minutes, mate.
It's an hour and 41 minutes, so you've got to get cracking and actually set world record pace, because
I don't think you'll make it.
Yeah, you are.
Salute him. Good luck.
Next week it's Kit Cars. I mean, I'm not sure. You may be behind the scenes with production next week. We're not quite sure, are we, Dirk?
I could be. Yes, I might. So I might be driving through the week rather than at the end of the week. The one thing I'm definitely not doing is taking recommendations. I'm not choosing the car that I want to choose next time. So I blame the Peugeot on you.
On me? I did not. Yeah. I said the Metro.
You said.
I'm a firm believer in the Metro.
Oh, the Peugeot just ruined me.
I mean,
absolutely ruined me.
Which one did you want to drive? The Audi? The Ford?
The Quattro.
You wanted a Quattro? Why?
Yeah, it looks good. It sounds good.
It wouldn't look good after your excursions. Your off-track.
Did you see the car at the end of the right?
I did see. At one point, I did look at it. It didn't look particularly like a car anymore.
What was it I described Dirk's car as at one point? More like a closer to a scrunched up tinfoil ball or something, I think, rather than an actual car.
At the end, I just went, I'm not even driving a car, but it's just a melting down.
Look, mate, all I can say is, you should have driven the Metro and maybe you would have beaten me. That's all I'm saying. Me and Ambient Mike, we have a harmony over that Metro, and it takes us to a greater place.
Do you really know how to rub the salt in? You really do. I'm genuinely gonna have a drink. I'm gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna get a drink, and I'm gonna sit there and just think about what happened today. I've never felt so. I genuinely today was the hardest mental battle of driving of my entire life. I've just sat there going, just get to the end, mate. Like, we got 2 more stages left, and a lot of people won't make it. Let's get to the end. Oh.
Well,
Crumbs.
Dirk, you got to the end. That's all you can say. You got to the end. That's more than some people. You know, we're only 128 people made it to the end. Out of how many people started?
7.
It was
What was it?
276 people started.
Nine?
So you did better than half of the people who started out. That's that's important. And I'm not quite sure where you are on the Creator Series standings. I don't know if Punji's revealed it to you yet, but we don't know either, to be honest. But yeah, you were behind Punji. I know that much.
Actually, yeah, he's built different. Well,
Yeah.
did you see? Oh, you saw Issa. Issa just like Issa's just. You know he's won.
Yeah, we were
Overall.
watching, mate. It was
Incredible.
unbelievable.
Well, he's
We were well aware of that. We were well aware. He was like 7 seconds up going into the final stage. Like
oh my God.
do you know he was actually on his roof at one point in that?
I heard. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I still managed to beat everyone by 12 seconds.
Yeah, that if that isn't an ego move, what is?
Fair play.
Ego
But yeah,
retirement to WRC.
We'll cancel the rubbing salt into the wounds now, and we'll let you go get your drink. There, I thought it was going to reply to me, but yeah, we lost my Discord. Okay, well that would. Okay. So I moved Dirk out anyway. So I'm going to move Punju in. Probably a good thing to chat to Punju here in these final moments of our stream. I mean, I think you still scored second overall there. Probably did you get second on the power stage? I'm not quite sure. Out of the creators,
I believe I did get second on the power stage and second overall. So that's a
it's a solid
through
22
P2.
points.
I'll take it.
Yeah, solid
Yeah.
22 points. I mean, I mean, you've had perfect days through the first 2 rounds. You didn't today.
Nope.
How do you reflect on that rally?
I mean, it's one of those things where it's definitely a matter of preparation. Definitely needed some more of that. I spent all week last week prepping for Sebring, and so I didn't get any chance to practice. And then yesterday was my birthday, so I just had no chance to do anything to practice. So coming in today was I was expecting it to be a little bit rough, and my hopes and worst nightmares came true on that one. That's for sure.
Do you think with a bit more practice you could have beat Eyes Amusing?
No, not in this car track combo. I could have gotten closer to it. I don't think I would have been 8 minutes off, but
yeah.
You were 8 minutes.
Yeah, dude, it's so rough. It's.
Oh. I think you were still second fastest, don't I?
I was out of the creators. Yeah, I was second, and it's 8 minutes off.
No, fastest creator then. That's still all right.
We'll take Isaac counts. So now every single run he does, he'll be put onto that creator standing. So my 2 wins at the beginning are my only solace for a potential championship now, because I've kind of sandbagged myself and made this really hard. This is gonna be tough.
I mean, the great news I've just had is that I beat Dirk Chocolate over the rally.
You did.
And
I know.
And Dioy. And so many people. Do you know what I mean?
You're it.
We've said that now because of the fact that you beat Dirk, you get to get added to the creators standings as well and have that.
Don't say that. Okay, that's fine. I'll beat you all. That's fine. I'll beat you all and then commentate over it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I think Rally Kenya's a fluke because I just took it because I had a shocking stage 3 where at one point I turned right, went on, and then it reset me to track, and I realized, that wasn't the right I was meant to take. And from that point on, I was like, I just need to race to a delta, take it back a bit, do the opposite of Eyes Amusing. I want to make it to the end, and from that point on, I was good. Rob, on the other hand, not so good.
I saw the times were a little bit rough.
Getting slightly rude in the background there.
Yeah. Rob is not happy with what I've said. He was unhappy that I went and found out that you need to set ride height to maximum. But that was something I shared with him and gave him, ample room with the setup. But But yeah, but Punju, your second, that's
Yeah.
going to be enough to maintain first position. Does Eyes of
Yeah.
Musings retrospectively get added to the points, or is it only from here on out?
This is actually his first one he's done out of all of us, out of all the stages anyway.
Oh, did he
So
not do Sweden? I thought he did Sweden.
he did not. He did not do Sweden or Finland. So
Oh, right, okay.
um,
I was saying a lot of
lucky.
nonsense on the stream then, because I thought he'd set a stream late on.
No,
w-
so
that's good.
maybe he did do a late. Hold on a second. Don't. Oh no. Did he do it?
No,
He did. Dang it, he did do Sweden.
does that count?
Oh
Does that count?
no, technically, I didn't say it was.
Yeah,
going to, but
Punju's right, okay. Punju's saying it doesn't count. You know, it's
man,
only from when you were on the Creator Series stream. Punju
correct.
just grasping at any way of keeping his Creator Series championship hopes alive.
He who makes who makes the rules is that a
Look,
discrete advantage.
it's an advantage. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, James. But yeah, fantastic to have you along with us, Punju.
Thank you.
Next week, F2 kit cars around
Yes.
Monte Carlo. Is there going to be snow conditions?
Yes, well, it is set in winter.
Right, okay.
So we'll
Ooh.
have first stage is light. I'll give you some weather. First stage light snowfall. I put like legit weather. The first 3 stages are light snowfall. Then it's gonna go overcast, very icy. Then the nighttime I was nice and just left it clear. But I believe it
That's very kind of
snows
you.
in the final couple stages.
Do
It
you
might
think
snow.
people are going to end up off the cliff and terminally damaged?
For sure, at least one person's gonna fall off. Yeah, absolutely. These cars, these F2K cars, are understeer heaven. Like it is. There's no turning these things. So if you don't have a handbrake to kick that rear out on the ice, you're gone.
Oh, I don't have a
Like,
handbrake. Do I need to get a
Yeah.
handbrake?
Okay. Bind one to a bike.
Right
You
on.
will need it desperately. It's insane how much they understeer. So yeah, have fun.
Okay, I will do. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Punju, and thank you for all the
of
effort
course.
you do in
you,
organising
guys.
this event as well. And getting the
course.
creators in. Punju, W's in chat for Punju. He does a great job. But yeah, fantastic. I think we will
Awesome.
draw this to the close. Oh, we could talk to Patterson and B-Roy, but I tell you what, it's 10:20. It's kind of late. You know, my wife's going to kill me. But yeah, I mean, how would you describe that rally, Alfie?
That was
In
awesome.
just
That
a
was
few words.
properly having is amazing there. Being able to go against the top challengers, because obviously last time I was here, the top challengers weren't the creators, so there wasn't really like a in terms of overall, there wasn't really like a race for the win.
Yeah.
But actually having him competing in the mix, I think it was made it really interesting. I mean, he's such a just a humble and intelligent guy. Like he really knows what he's talking about. He's got a surprisingly amazing way of communicating that. It's like you're talking to like a WRC James Vowles, you know? Like
Yeah, I mean, he's precise, isn't he? You ask him a
Mm.
question, he explains it in a very clear way.
Exactly,
And,
yeah.
you know, he just seems like a genuine nice guy. We've only known him for the last 3 hours over this broadcast and just
amazing.
beforehand setting up, and he just a nice guy wins it.
Mm.
It's a nice, refreshing thing to see, isn't it?
So knowledgeable, yeah. But
Alfie, let's wrap this one up. Where can we find you when you're not doing the WRC event on Mondays?
I've got a dead Twitter page where I repost some Formula One sometimes. No, yeah, that's about it. Twitter. Find me lurking
What is
around
it?
on
You're
here
gonna give it a
sometimes.
Alfie Twitter without
I
the
think
eyes?
it's Alfie Twitter without the E, I think.
Yeah, without the eye. Okay.
Something like that, yeah. It's
Yeah,
on Creative Series somewhere.
I'm Gareth Allen TV, and you can
Yeah.
find me
Follow
on
him.
all of them. You can find me on Twitter.
He's a
I'm
celebrity.
on it. That's the one I use. Twitter's so rubbish now, isn't it? It's just rubbish. Like you go on it, and it's just bots following you. Please, if you're not a bot, follow me on Twitter. I'd like some non-bots following me. Some scantily clad women trying to scam me into something. You know, it's ridiculous on Twitter, but that's the one I mainly use. Instagram and Bebo and all of that nonsense as well. But yeah, fantastic. And yeah, just to wrap that one up, we have someone who wins overall on stream. We've watched the best compete today, and we've also
Amazing.
watched the not so best. To put it simply, yeah, that's it from Safari Rally. There is, of course, the Safari Rally in real life this week. I'm looking forward to watching that eventually. But until we see you next time, cry hairy.